There's two different types of termination clauses that can be found in the FAR, or really in any concept of contracting, and that's a termination for convenience or termination for default. So if what you're seeing in one of your FAR contracts is a termination for default clause, you go back to them and you say, we can't default because we're not guaranteeing any particular outcome. So we can't fail to deliver X because we're not guaranteeing that we're going to deliver X. We're just doing our best effort work here in a cutting-edge research area. But you can still protect the government's interests, you say to the contracting officer. You're not being irresponsible by removing the termination for default clause as long as you have a termination for convenience clause in there. Because if at any point during the process you're not satisfied with the work, you decide that you're no longer interested in supporting this research, at that point, you terminate the project for convenience. We stop work, we stop incurring costs, and the government's liability is ended. So you've got a way of protecting the government's interest without claiming that we've defaulted on anything. And there are termination for convenience clauses that are appropriate for educational institutions. You just ask to sub those in place of the termination for default clauses. So you're turning it from a more for-profit to a more experimental R&D at university type of contract.